Good morning, everybody. Plants, indoor plants. I have done this before, but it seems to be a topic again. So I thought I'd just give you a look how my indoor plants are going and what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. I don't mind saying the things I'm doing wrong, and there is one main thing, and it's a bit on the lighting in here. I'd love a lot more lighting, but it's just the way I do things, and I'll explain why in a minute. Now this cutting, you see the little nose, this is going to be perfect to either plant in the ponds, in the aquariums, suck all the goodies out of the water that the fish don't like. Plants love ammonia, they just eat it up, nitrate. So that one there, and there's some more in this bucket. Now the reason I've got these, my darling wife isn't too happy because our little friend Jake, our little dog that we got, if you've seen him in a past video, she has a plant wall that I built her, and he got to it and she's not happy, and over the last month he's actually ripped up some expensive plants, not this one, but yeah, so they will be going in ponds and aquariums. So those that have watched stuff before will know that I run my lighting and stuff off of 12 volt batteries. So I tend to use a lot of camping lights. There's a lot of camping lights around, 12 volt lights from the ceiling. Those camping lights, they're okay, but they're not excellent for growing plants. So what they do is they'll allow the plant to live fine and grow a bit. And it's all to do with the amount of stuff that it's got to suck out of the water too. So more stuff it's got to suck out the water, more lighting, and you're going to get good growth. And we've also talked about that before. I find personally, if you have outdoor plants, or indoor plants should I say, and growing in your tanks, your ponds, very rarely you can have the both. That's plants that grow in tanks, stuff like Anubis and stuff like that tends to be fine, but if you're relying on even stuff like Hornsworth, guppy grass and all that sort of stuff, if you've got that in there and you've got these, unless you're feeding a lot and there's a lot of waste in there from the fish and a lot of good lighting, both plants really ain't going to survive. And I always find the indoor plants outcompete, their root system's far stronger, and they just develop a lot better, and the plants that are in aquariums just don't survive. They don't survive at all. And I'll show you some. Couple of I've tried to stop having some plants in the aquarium because, say, I've got some plecos and some empire gudgeons and some crimson rainbows over there. I'll show you in a minute. They tend to like to hide away a bit, plants. So I'm putting plants in there, trying to establish some plants in there. And where I live, we ain't got a great variety unless I actually have to order the plants in. We don't have a great variety here, you know, it's pretty hard. Even the guppy grass and stuff like that, I had to order in from Queensland. And yeah, just on that, talking about ordering things in. If you're from America or India, because I've got a lot of people watching from over there and commenting, there might be a slight name difference to what we call things to what you call things. I'll give you an example. This one here, some people call it arrowhead, sorry. Some people call it Synonium. It is a Synonium. But here in Australia we tend to call it a butterfly plant. So that's some of the differences. Now I'm going to grab that camera and we'll go for a little walk around And you'll be able to see from previous videos and that how plants have grown and how plants haven't grown. So while I'm doing this video, you've got to keep an eye out because I'm doing a big water change on the big system at the moment, so I tend to miss that sometimes. Let's go for a bit of a walk. First up, this is the Madakas. So there's not a lot of waste from Madaka fish. So you've got the plants inside there, trying to get them established because they got a lot of good hiding properties. There's a little butterfly there. No, sorry, that's a little peace lily. There's your pothos. That's not growing real quick, but it's growing. There's your arrowhead, butterfly plants, and I'm going to call it butterfly plants. Alright, so that's what we're used to. We've got a peace lily in here. We've got an indoor palm. Now I find some of them, like your peace lily, just takes straight to water. It's so easy. That and the butterfly plant, so easy. Probably the two easiest I've found. But some plants, they kind of take a little while getting used to just water. And I find this is one, the palm. But once it does, no worries. Here's a bit of a monstera, another one that's excellent. So I like to shove them all in here, and it makes a nice group of plants. Looks good. Same thing with peace lily, butterfly plant, palm. Depends where you want to call it. So it's a bit of monkey face, or I don't know, they call them Swiss cheese or something like that. There's another peace lily. As you'll see, peace lily is one of my favourites. I don't know if that's a little coleus, I'm not sure. You can help me out there in the comments with some of these plants, for sure. Once again, peace lily. Now, my wise old mum once told me, if you plant flowers, it must be reasonably happy. And that's a peace lily in the shed. That's why I try to leave the door open, just to let a bit more sunlight in. But there's some nice different plants in there. They look good when they're all stacked up nice and different. We'll come around the other side. Now you can see that's been in there probably for a month, and we're starting to get some nice new growth coming out of it now. As I said, we've only got this really, the door open here, the window, these lights here. I should put another one of those sheet of alcinite there, let a little bit more in, but Jesus, in Australia we get some pretty hot summers, so yeah, don't want too much light in summer. So yeah, that's that one. Now this is a ripper, this one. This is going great guns. Look at that. That's just about, the weight on it will start tipping it over, and I'll just let it drop down in there and run wherever it wants to run. Now this is a classic example, but this is just coming back now, a fern I put in here. Didn't really like the water, but now it's getting used to it. That palm, that light's been in there. As I said, butterfly plant, they love it. This is another little monstera. This is a Xanadu. So that's what we call it. And have a look at the root system down in there. So that's what I'm saying. It's starting to knock back a little bit, but then there you go. There's new shoot. So what it will do, then it will start shooting the good stuff that it wants. Now it's in a water system. Hence, there's another one got knocked back, and now see the new leaf coming up through there. There's the Xanadu and peace lily. A few more. This is a, oh geez, you might be able to help me out. Might be Picasso, I'm not sure. Or Fantasia. Yeah, I'm not sure. Help me out in the comments. Comments always help me too. Helps me with the algorithm, so. So we'll pop over here and have a look. That's a palm that's doing very well in here. Now this, this is a cousin to the chain of hearts. If you're in America, you call them string of hearts. Now this is called a chain of spades. see them look nearly like an arrowhead. I'll see if I can get up there. See that? So maybe you would call them string of spades. I don't know, but yeah. So that's called a chain of spades. Pothos. Oh, another nice plant. That light's been in there. As I said, I'd like a lot more light, but it's just I don't have it, and I don't want to pay big electricity bills. There's your monkey face or your Swiss cheese. I'll tell you what, I'm going to probably little Xanadu there. Probably going to get a lot of comments on my naming plants, I tell you, from all the ladies. Oh, and some of you men. Now you can tell me what the hell that is. I don't know what it is. It is obviously doing very well there. So please tell me what it is. That's a Xanadu. Once again, that's knocked back a fair bit. Have a look at this big root system down there, so it'll take off very shortly again. There's a little palm. I'm sure what that is, a little spotted something or other, sitting in those little brackets. There's a little peace lily. That peace lily's been in there for ages, as you can see by the root system in there. Oh, look at that nice glare. If I stand over there, can I? Oh, I'll go back up here. That peace lily's been in there ages. And there's another butterfly. So you get the Synonium or butterfly plant, that you can get a creeping version of it. You get one that stays a bit smaller, and then one that will creep like mad. So there you go. That's another peace lily, and now we'll pop down here. As you can see, don't have a lot of plants in that one, but this is the one that I'm trying to get some plants going for the Empire Gudgeons and the Crimsons. So I've put in a few plants in here. I'm going to put more in here. And this one here. Now, this big butterfly plant, this has sucked all the goodies out there, and I really find it hard. Oh, there's a pothos back there going alright. Really find it hard to get things going in there because of it. Another peace lily, another arrowhead. There's another chain of spades. That chain of spades, when I got that, people even need in this area. I've propagated a couple for a couple of people. They've never seen it before. They only ever seen the chain of hearts. Another plant in there. And you can see even by my light, like the guppy grass type of stuff that's in there, and there's some hornsworth in there, some guppy grass back there. Isn't growing great because I don't have high light. I should have better lighting, but I do not. Now I'll take you for a little walk while that's still filling up there. Take you for a little walk over the other side. Pardon my weeds. Since I hurt me back, I don't seem to be able to get out and do the yard work like I used to. That's just a pom plant in there, and I don't know what other pom plant name that one is there. But yeah, this is a muck guppy one. That's got the butterfly, that's got the peace lily, and that is a little bamboo plant that I bring out here because it was no good, and yeah, it's taken off, no worries. We got some nice vow down in there, and this here, this is where I normally pinch all my peace lilies from. This is the one that grows mad, and I pull it pieces, cut it, and I cut some more off. That's a fern that's slowly getting going. There's some plants. That's another little pom plant. Looks like the old chicken weed. There's the old Swiss cheese. It's not doing all that well out here. I think it's just dying off because of winter. These are more chain of spades that I've repotted with my mum. Now these plants, I put these in about a month ago, and they're slowly clearing up all the green water. Helps with green water. There's another Xanadu. That's in with the turtles. Pothos, crawling along here. That's another one of these plants. You can tell me what it is. That comes out of a pond. So yeah, ferns slowly kicking in, getting there slowly. We've got these ones here. That's not in the pond, but I find they're very invasive. I take them out of the pond and I plant them in the ground. I just heavily water them because yeah, I find that big bulbs and big root system bloody takes over the pond sometimes. And here's a chain of hearts, string of hearts, and here's the variegated version. Now they all get fed basically from the wastewater in there, and they love it. So one last little thing I'll show you before we go is where a lot of the plants come from. My dear wife might steal them from her, or if the dog gets to them and they break pieces off, or wind breaks pieces off, I take them down and repropagate them in water. So yeah, here we go. Here's some hanging. There's, looks like another chain of spades, that one. Chain of hearts over there. A lot of hanging plants. Swiss cheese. Hanging bulls. I don't know what that one is. She got some nice stuff along here. That's Xanadu. She's had for nearly about 30 years. Some nice plants in there. And this is the wall that I built her. Due to work, she hasn't had much time to come in and needs a bit of water, but yeah, it all grows up there, and spider plants in those pots. So, last little walk down here. Have a look at my little dog. Hey, Jakey boy. He's a pain, little blue staffy. He's pinched Mama's shoes. Wait, she comes home. He'll be a goner. Alright. Another walk back in the shed. Anyway, better check this thing. Oh, last one here. This is my little mutt shrimp tank. I don't know if we can see any in there, but there's some on there. Now that little light is the only thing, and it's sustaining the plants, and they're growing in there for them. Enough light for them. And there's some moss down here that I actually got out the backyard, and I put it in there, and it's surviving and growing. So, and they're all over that. Normally they love the moss. Alrighty then. So this is Jeff from Goldfish with Ghost Aquariums. I appreciate you hitting that notification bell. Giving me some comments, because that really helps with the algorithm if you can. And yeah, hit subscribe. Now we're over 1,000 subscribers. I've probably slackened off a little bit. I've got to get back into it. Next week's video I think will be on all the fish that I have at the moment, and what I've got recently that's new, and what I want to get to. I might even do a wish list too. I won't let my wife see that video though. Alright then, remember to comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.